I speak the word of abundance. I speak the word of divine supply. I now erase from my mind every thought of lack, limitation, and fear. There is no lack in divine mind, and I am one with the divine mind. Therefore, there is no lack in my life. I walk in the light of infinite riches. I live in the consciousness of unlimited wealth. I speak means I choose. I choose words that match truth, not fear. I do not argue with old stories about shortage. I remove them. I do it now. I keep only the thoughts that agree with abundance. I keep only the words that open doors. My mind is clear and simple. I set it to truth and let truth lead. There is no lack in divine mind. That is the base of everything I say. If the source has no shortage, then shortage is not my law. I am one with that mind, so I cannot be cut off from good. I do not try to earn what already flows by nature. I accept that I belong to supply. I agree with it in my words, my focus, and my calm. I walk in the light of infinite riches. This means I see with new eyes. I do not stare at problems. I do not add fear to numbers. I let light show me what is already here. I let light show me the next right step. I do not push. I do not fight. I keep my peace and let good appear in clean, simple ways. I live in the consciousness of unlimited wealth. This is a daily stance. I return to it each time my mind tries to wander. When an old thought of not enough shows up, I answer it. I say no to it. I say yes to truth. I do this gently and firmly. I train my inner talk to match what I want to live. I let my inner talk be short, strong, and kind. I keep it steady until it feels natural. I erase thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear. I do not make this complicated. When a shrinking thought rises, I notice it and let it pass. I do not feed it. I choose one clear line and say it again until my body relaxes. I do not rush the feeling. I allow calm to grow. As calm grows, faith feels close. As faith feels close, I speak with more ease. I am one with divine mind. I let this truth settle me. I do not have to know how everything arrives. I do not have to know when it arrives. I only need to stay joined to the source in thought and word. I keep my words clean. I keep my focus simple. I act from peace, not panic. I let peace be my pace. There is no lack in my life. I say this now and I mean it. It does not matter what I saw before. I pick a new center today. I refuse the habit of worry. I turn away from fear. I lift my view to what is true about me. I am not outside of help. I am not forgotten. I am connected to supply and guided in quiet ways. I walk in the light of infinite riches. I let this light touch everything I do. It guides my choices. It steadies my steps. It keeps me from overreacting. It keeps me from reaching for things that do not fit me. It teaches me to wait with trust. It shows me when to move. It keeps my heart soft and my will strong. I live in the consciousness of unlimited wealth. I let this shape how I speak about money, work, time, and help. I do not call myself unlucky. I do not call my life hard. I do not make jokes that curse my own path. I bless my path. I bless my hands. I bless what I have and what is coming. I let blessing be my habit because what I bless increases. I erase fear. I do not hide from it. I look at it and name it. Then I set it down. I use short present lines that my mind can hold. I am provided for. I am safe. I am guided. I am enough. I repeat them until they feel normal. I do not argue with results or timelines. I keep my words steady. I let my nervous system learn this new rhythm. I let my breath slow and my shoulders drop. I rest in the truth I am speaking. I speak the word of abundance and I mean what I say. My word is not empty. It is a key. It opens me to the flow that is already moving. It turns my attention from fear to faith, from noise to calm, from past to present. I do not need drama for change to happen. I need agreement. I agree with truth now. I speak the word of divine supply. I say it simply so I can live it simply. I am aligned with the source that never fails. I let that be the ground under my feet. I let that be the tone of my day. When doubt knocks, I answer with one clear line. I do not chase thoughts. I choose them. I do not chase outcomes. I welcome them. I stand where supply finds me. I stand at peace. I stand in light. I stand in the consciousness of unlimited wealth. The gates of abundance are open now. Good flows toward me freely, fully, and without delay. I allow this simple truth to settle in my mind and in my body. I stop bracing for impact. I stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. I let ease be the new signal I follow. I do not push the river. I let the river carry what is already mine. I do not strain. I do not worry. I do not chase. I become magnetic. I draw in what belongs to me. I receive. These are not fancy words. They are clear choices. I release the habit of running after things as if they were running from me. I choose the stance of one who knows that rightful good seeks its rightful owner. I breathe slower. I unclench my jaw. I let my shoulders drop. I relax into the flow that is already moving in my favor. Everything that is mine by divine right is being released to me now. I do not need to wrestle it out of life. I do not need to bargain with fear. The release is lawful. The release is gentle. The release is sure. I accept that my name is already on the provision that matches my purpose. I accept that it is traveling by the best route, in the best order, at the best time. I do not have to invent paths. I allow the right paths to appear, and I walk them with a calm step. It is mine by divine law. This means there is structure to this good. It is not random. It is not a favor from opinion or mood. Law means consistent, steady, dependable. I place my weight on that. I let the steadiness of law take the weight off my back. I do not try to outthink a law. I align with it. I let my words, my focus, and my actions match what the law supports. Increase, order, peace. It is mine by divine timing. I do not live by the clock of fear. I do not measure myself by panic. I do not force outcomes to show up before they are ready. I make room for right timing to do its work. I do the next simple step in front of me and leave the rest to unfold. I do not confuse delay with denial. I believe in ripening. I trust that when something is for me, it arrives ready and clean, without the cost of my health, my peace, or my self-respect. I let go of anxiety and I claim my supply. This is practical. When my chest tightens, I pause and return to one short line. I am provided for. I say it until the tightness loosens. I do not pretend. I do not perform. I tell the truth to my nervous system in present tense, again and again, until my body believes me. Claiming my supply is not a shout. It is a steady, quiet stand. It is the tone of someone who knows the answer is on the way. I do not confuse effort with strain. I can act without fear. I can move without panic. I keep my actions small and clear. I send the message. I answer the call. I show up on time. I keep my promises. Then I step back and let the law arrange what I cannot see. I do not keep touching the seed to check if it grew. I water it with simple, consistent faith. I keep my ground soft with calm. I let the roots form before I demand fruit. I am done with chasing. Chasing says I am far from what I want. Magnetizing says I am close to it, joined to it by alignment. I choose alignment. I clear my words. I clear my tone. I clear my inner talk. I stop arguing with good news in my head. When an opening shows up, I do not talk myself out of it with old stories. I step through and let it prove itself true. I do not shrink from open doors. I walk in with peace. Receiving is a skill and I practice it. I keep my hands open and my calendar ready. I make space in my mind for better answers than the ones I have known. I do not reject what I asked for when it arrives in a form I did not expect. I look for the substance, not the wrapping. If it carries peace, clarity, and right fit, I welcome it. If it carries confusion, rush, and pressure, I let it pass. I trust that clean supply does not demand that I abandon myself to hold it. Freely, fully, without delay does not mean frantic, heavy, or forced. It means the path is clear. It means there is no grit in the gears. It means the next step presents itself at the right moment and my feet are ready. I keep my heart soft so I can notice gentle guidance. I keep my mind simple so I can hear the one line that matters. I keep my body calm so I can move when it is time. I choose language that matches receiving. I say yes to what is right. I say no to what is wrong. I do not explain either. I let my choices be clean and short. I do not make fear a consultant. I do not make worry a friend. I honor my energy. I honor my peace. I honor my time. These are signs that I believe my good is certain and near. The flow is open now. I allow it to reach me. I allow it to fill what needs filling. I allow it to lift what felt heavy. I allow it to settle what felt scattered. I do not rush the order. I do not crowd the timing. I let law do what law does. I align, I allow, I receive. God is my immediate and eternal source of supply. I say it plainly so my mind can hold it. This is not a slogan. This is the base I stand on. If the source is steady, my footing is steady. If the source is full, my life leans into fullness. I do not trade this base for shifting ground. I do not look to people to decide my worth or my future. I do not look to circumstances to tell me what is possible. I do not look to headlines, markets, or moods for permission to receive. I set my sight on God. I keep my focus there. I return my attention there each time it wanders. I make this my simple habit. God never fails. That is why I do not fail in what belongs to me by divine right. Good does not fail to reach me. Provision does not miss my address. Money does not forget my name. When fear tries to argue with this, I speak the truth again. I do not debate panic. I answer it. I answer it with a clear line and a calm breath. Therefore, I cannot fail. Therefore, the money and help that match my purpose cannot fail to come. It is already on its way. It moves by a route wiser than mine. It arrives by a timing kinder than mine. I do not chase it down the street. I meet it at the door. I prepare a clean place for it in my life. I hold my posture of trust while it approaches. I praise its arrival. I rejoice in its increase. I bless its flow. Praise is the sound I choose while I wait. Joy is the tone I choose when the first signs appear. Blessing is the way I treat what comes so that it continues to grow. I do not greet provision with suspicion. I greet it with thanks. I do not call it small. I call it the beginning of more. I do not talk against my own harvest. I speak life over it. God is my supply means I am not at the mercy of someone else's yes or no. I can honor people without depending on them for my peace. I can be diligent without making effort my God. I can show up strong without making fear my coach. My center is not the contract, the client, the bank balance, or the title. My center is God. I hold there, and I act from there. When I feel pulled to stare at numbers or scroll through worries, I stop. I lift my eyes back to source. I say one simple line until my body calms. God is my supply. I allow that line to settle my breath and soften my shoulders. I let it level my thoughts. From that level ground, I take the next right step and only the next. I do not try to build a whole plan from panic. I let peace decide my pace. I do not look to man. That means I release the habit of chasing approval to feel safe. I release the idea that one person holds my fortune in their hand. Help can come through many hands, but the hand behind them is one. I keep my hope in that one. I keep my trust simple. I do not scatter it. I do not split it between fear and faith. I choose faith and let it be enough. I do not look to circumstance. I refuse to use today's weather to predict my whole life. I can stand in the rain without calling my future a storm. I can look at a bill without calling myself broke. I can face a challenge without naming myself stuck. I call things by their right name. A bill is a bill. A task is a task. They are not my identity. My identity stays anchored in source. I do not look to the world. I do not let noise set the story of my day. I do not let drama be my guide. I do not let trends pressure me to move out of time. I move by quiet leading. I move by clear steps. I move by peace. When the world shouts, I keep my voice steady. When the world hurries, I keep my pace honest. When the world doubts, I keep my lines short and true. I look to God. That is the whole move. It is small, but it changes everything. It changes how I see what I have. It changes how I wait for what is coming. It changes how I handle what arrives. Looking to God keeps me from grabbing in fear. It keeps me from shrinking in shame. It keeps me from forcing what is not mine. It keeps me open to the good that fits. I praise the arrival because praise keeps doors open. I rejoice in the increase because joy waters what I have. I bless the flow because blessing keeps the current clean. I do this before I see the full picture. I do it while the answer is still forming. I do it because my trust is not a reaction to proof. My trust is the path that proof follows. God is my immediate and eternal source of supply. I let this be the sentence that ends arguments in my head. I let this be the ground under every choice. I let this be the light in every hallway I walk. I am held by a source that does not fail. I am guided by a wisdom that does not rush. I am supplied by a goodness that does not run out. I keep my eyes there and my heart stays steady. I keep my words there and my world aligns. Abundant money reaches me now, swiftly and without struggle, under grace and in perfect order. I let this line be clear and simple so my whole being can agree with it. I say it again so it settles deeper. Abundant money reaches me now swiftly and without struggle, under grace and in perfect order. I give it one more steady pass, not for drama, but for agreement. Abundant money reaches me now, swiftly and without struggle, under grace and in perfect order. Every invoice is settled, every need is supplied, every right desire is satisfied. I allow these words to stand as a present fact in my life. I am not arguing with them. I am not testing them. I am choosing them. I let them shape the tone of my day and the way I look at everything in front of me. Swiftly and without struggle means I release the habit of making everything hard. I do not brace for trouble before good can arrive. I do not add tension to simple steps. I move in a calm way and let the right help meet me. I am not forcing open doors that are already unlocked. I walk through with a steady breath and a clear mind. Under grace means this increase comes in ways that are kind to me and kind to others. It does not cost me my health or my peace. It does not demand that I betray myself to hold it. It does not pull me into fear or rush. It fits who I am and what I am called to do. It lifts, It cleans, it settles. Grace is the signature on every provision. In perfect order means the channels are right, the timing is right, and the result is right. I do not need to twist anything to make it happen. I do not need to chase what is already moving toward me. Order brings ease. Order brings clarity. Order brings a clean yes and a peaceful no. I let order do its work, and I stand where it can find me. I keep the decree short so I can carry it everywhere. If my mind wanders to worry, I bring it back with one line. Abundant finances reach me now under grace in perfect order. If I catch myself tightening around a number, I soften my breath and say it once more. Abundant finances reach me now under grace in perfect order. I do not shout, I do not plead. I speak it like a settled truth and let my body follow. Every obligation is taken care of in the right way and at the right time. I am not late in spirit. I am not behind in truth. Provision is matching each line item with calm precision. The right amounts move to the right places. The right approvals come at the right moment. I let this picture be simple. I do not clutter it with doubt. I keep it clean and present. Every real need is answered. Food, shelter, tools, and support are present and increasing. I recognize answers even when they come in forms I did not expect. I look for peace, clarity, and right fit. If those three are present, I welcome the answer. If they are not, I wait in quiet trust and let the better answer come. I do not call delay a failure. I call it a kind sorting that protects my good. Every rightful desire is fulfilled. I do not apologize for asking in alignment. I do not shrink from joy. I do not push it away with guilt or old stories about not deserving. Desire that is clean and true is part of my path. It moves me to build, to serve, to grow. I let those desires be met in ways that bless my life and bless the lives I touch. I keep this decree near in simple moments. While I walk, while I work, while I rest, I let it run like a soft current under everything. I am not trying to make something happen by force. I am letting my words match the law that already favors increase and order. I do not overcomplicate it. I keep my speech plain and my attitude steady. If a fearful picture shows up, I do not feed it. I return to the decree. Abundant money reaches me now swiftly and without struggle under grace and in perfect order. I let that one sentence be the warm ground under my feet. I let it calm my chest and slow my thoughts. I let it guide my next small action. I honor the action in front of me and release the rest. I do not need to convince anyone. I do not need to explain why I trust what I trust. My decree is enough for me. It sets my inner tone. It keeps me available to good. It keeps me from gripping and grasping. It teaches me to receive without fear and to decide without pressure. It turns my day into a path where answers can find me. I choose this wording because it is easy to remember and easy to live. Swiftly, easily, under grace, in perfect order. I let those 4 pillars carry me. I stand on them when old thoughts try to pull me off center. I line up my speech with them when my mind wants to argue. I let my body learn the feel of them until calm becomes my normal pace. Abundant money reaches me now, under grace, in perfect order. Every invoice is settled. Every need is supplied. Every right desire is satisfied. I say it simply. I say it kindly. I say it like I mean it. And I keep moving in peace while it continues to unfold. I do not beg. I receive. I do not fear. I know. I do not doubt. I speak the word, and it does not come back empty. This is my stance. This is my practice. I let my mouth and my mind agree. I let my body follow. I do not plead with life as if good were far away. I take my seat in truth and speak from there. The law of prosperity is active for me now. I say it in plain words so I can live it in plain steps. The law of good is set in my life. I choose not to argue with it or delay it with worry talk. I stop repeating the old story that says, maybe not for me. I retire that script. I pick up a new one. It is working. It is moving. It is unfolding for me now. What has my name on it cannot be held back. What is mine cannot be postponed. It moves toward me in right time and right order. I release the urge to chase or force. I keep both feet on the ground of faith. I let the current bring to shore what belongs to me. I meet it with a clear yes when it arrives. I keep my hands open and my schedule honest, so there is room for it. I stand unafraid before what I cannot see yet. I will not let the invisible scare me. I will not fill the unknown with worst-case pictures. I speak the word of faith, and it takes form. Faith turns outlines into substance. Faith turns ideas into events. I keep my words short and strong so my heart can keep up. I practice this until calm becomes my normal. I declare wealth is mine now. I declare opportunities are mine now. I declare right channels are opening now. I do not wait for a perfect feeling to say it. I say it and let the feeling catch up. I treat each small sign as a welcome guest. I do not insult the beginning by calling it too small. I bless the start and watch it grow. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. Gratitude is not a show. It is alignment. It sets my inner dial to receive. It lifts my eyes from fear back to source. It turns my attention from what is missing to what is moving. I thank the answer while it is still on the way. I thank the increase while it is still a seed. I thank the path while I am taking the first few steps. Under grace in perfect ways, this is how I expect provision to come. Clean, kind, and timely. No panic price. No hidden cost to my peace. I do not accept gifts that make me smaller to keep them. I look for the signature of grace, ease, clarity, right fit. If it carries those, I receive it. If it does not, I let it pass and trust the better match. When fear tries to speak, I do not hold a long debate. I answer it with one true line and a slow breath. I am provided for. I repeat it until my body loosens. I come back to the present moment where I can hear guidance. I do the next honest action I can do today. I send the message. I finish the task. I bless the money I have. I keep the door open for more. The word works because I work with it. I line up my speech, my tone, and my choices. I do not cancel my decree with casual talk that curses my own path. I do not joke about being broke. I do not call myself unlucky. I bless my hands and the work they do. I bless my accounts and the numbers in them. I bless the clients and partners tied to my increase. I speak life over the channels that carry my good. I keep my declarations in the present, not one day, not soon, now. I bring my focus out of the past, away from the imaginary future, back to this hour where faith breathes. In this hour, I can agree with truth. In this hour, I can make room. In this hour, I can notice the open door that fear would have made me miss. I let thanksgiving be the seal on what I say. I let praise be the ground tone of my day. I do not wait for proof to be grateful. I use gratitude to make space for proof. I keep my posture steady when numbers try to tell a different story. I remind myself that numbers move, but law stands. I let law decide my mood, not headlines or noise. God is my supply. God is my source. I return to this again and again until it feels like home inside me. I turn away from appearances. I turn away from fear. I turn away from numbers and news and noise. I do not let surface scenes decide my peace. I do not let passing reports rule my day. I look to the infinite. I look to the one mind, the one power, the one source. I lift my vision above the changing facts and I fix it on what does not change. I set my eyes on truth. Appearances are snapshots. They are not the law. A bill is a paper, not a verdict. A headline is a story, not my source. A balance is a moment, not my identity. I refuse to give temporary pictures the final word. I take my attention back and place it where it belongs. I place it on God. I look to the infinite. This means I remember there is no lack in the source I draw from. Supply is not a puddle. It is a spring that does not run dry. When my mind tries to measure life by what I can see today, I answer with a higher measure. I say, my source is full, my supply is steady, help is already moving. I let this settle my breath. I let it soften my body. I let it quiet the noise inside me. I look to the one mind. I refuse the crowd of voices that argue in my head. I choose one voice, one guide, one center. I do not ask fear for advice. I do not ask panic for a plan. I let divine wisdom hold the map and I take the step I am shown now. I do not need to see 10 steps to trust the next one. I move by light, not by worry. I look to the one power. I do not treat money, markets, or moods as gods. They are channels, not sources. They can rise and fall. They can open and close. My source does not. When a door shuts, I bless it and look for the door that is mine. I do not stand outside the wrong door and make it my ruler. I turn to the power that opens the right one at the right time, and I let my feet find it. I look to the one source. People can help me, but they are not my lifeline. Work can pay me, but it is not my fountain. Ideas can bless me, but they are not my root. God is my source. I return to this line until it feels normal again. I let it wash the dust of fear off my thoughts. I let it clear the fog that numbers try to throw over my eyes. I lift my vision above the facts. I do not deny what is on the table. I refuse to worship it. I put facts in their place. They are data I can use, not masters I must serve. I bring truth into the room. Truth says I am held. Truth says I am guided. Truth says provision is on the way in clean, kind order. I choose to believe truth before I see proof. I let belief make space for proof to arrive. I fix my eyes on the truth. I do not keep checking fear to see if I am allowed to rest. I give myself permission to rest because truth allows it. I choose a steady sentence and I stay with it. God is my supply. I repeat it until my pulse slows and my chest opens. From that place, I can hear quiet direction. From that place, I can do the next small thing well. The truth is, I am provided for. The truth is, I am cared for. The truth is, I am not forsaken. The truth is, I am never forgotten. I speak these lines slowly so my whole being can agree. I let them fill the empty places that worry tries to claim. I let them change the way I walk into a room. I let them set the tone of my voice and the shape of my choices. Numbers move. Noise rises and falls. News changes by the hour. I do not build my house on what shifts. I build on what stands. I stand on the goodness of God. I stand on the law that favors increase and right order. I stand on the care that has carried me this far and will carry me again. I refuse the lens of fear. I choose the lens of faith. When my eyes try to drop back to appearances, I lift them again. I practice this like breathing, up from the screen to the source, up from the bill to the truth, up from the crowd to the one. Each lift is small, but it changes my path. Each lift sets me back on solid ground. Each lift keeps me open to answers I would miss if I stayed staring at problems. I turn away from fear and toward God not once, but as often as needed. I do this without shame and without hurry. I let trust grow like morning light, steady and sure. I let peace be the sign that I am facing the right way. I let truth be the star I follow. And as I fix on truth, I find that what I need finds me. I find that care surrounds me. I find that I am remembered, resourced, and safe in the care of the source that never fails. All that I need, all that I seek, and all that I truly want is already complete in divine mind. In spirit, there is no delay and no shortage. There is only steady supply, full and flowing. I let this truth steady my breath. I let it loosen the worry in my body. I accept that the answer exists now at the source, and it is moving toward me in clean order. God is my supply, and I stay connected to that supply by faith. I do not try to earn it with strain. I do not try to force it with fear. I receive it by trust. Trust is not a pose. It is a simple practice repeated in small moments. When my mind wants to grip, I open my hands. When my chest tightens, I speak one calm line. I am provided for. I repeat it until my body agrees. I align with truth. I speak the word, and the word takes form. This is how creation moves from unseen to seen. I choose present tense lines my heart can hold. I declare, I affirm. I know God is my supply. I rest in that knowing. I relax into that truth. I do not demand proof before I believe. I believe, and then the proof appears. I do not crowd the process by checking it every minute. I let it unfold while I keep my peace. I do not chase, I attract. Chasing says I am far away. Attracting says I am already aligned. I line up my words, my tone, and my posture with what I want to receive. I do not doubt. I declare. I do not stress. I speak. My words are not filler, they are signals. They tell my mind where to look and my life where to flow. I make them simple so they can be strong. I repeat them so they can be stable. The word I speak carries power. The word I speak functions as law. It moves the unseen and brings the seen. I keep my language clean so the signal is clear. I do not cancel my decree with casual talk that curses my own path. I do not joke about never having enough. I bless what I have and bless what is coming. I bless the channels, the partners, the ideas, and the timing tied to my increase. There is no delay in spirit. That means waiting on earth is not punishment, it is ordering. I do not confuse ripening with rejection. The right answer is maturing, and I allow it to reach me in season. I use this space to keep my inner world tidy. I watch myself talk. I keep my breath long and my words short. I do the next honest action in front of me and let law handle the rest. There is no lack in spirit. That means the story of shortage does not belong to me. I retire the habit of measuring my future by what I can see today. I remember the source, not the scare. I remember the truth, not the headline. I remember the promise, not the panic. Each time my attention slips, I bring it back without shame. I keep returning until calm feels normal. I rest in this knowing. Rest is not quitting. Rest is trust without the extra noise. When I rest, I can hear quiet direction. When I rest, I can notice the small openings fear would have made me miss. When I rest, I can take the next step without shaking. My rest makes room for right timing to do its work. I relax into this truth. I let it settle my shoulders and unclench my jaw. I let it be the warm tone under my day. I do not try to control the path. I let the path appear one turn at a time. I do not try to speed the clock. I let time serve me with perfect intervals. I do not try to build my life on worry. I build it on the line I trust most. God is my supply. I believe first, then I see. This order keeps me free from begging and bargaining. It keeps me from treating people as my source. It keeps me from pressing outcomes into shapes that drain me. It lets me receive what fits me in ways that bless me and those I touch. I do not chase, I attract. I welcome what belongs to me by standing where it can find me. I keep my heart soft, my words steady, and my step measured. I let the law of good do the lifting. I let the law of order do the arranging. I let the law of increase do the multiplying. I give thanks in advance for what is already complete in spirit and now appears in perfect ways. I do not doubt. I declare. I do not stress. I speak. The word I speak carries power. The word I speak functions as law. My word moves what I cannot see and brings into view what I am ready to hold. I call on my divine supply now. I claim my divine inheritance now. I was not made for lack. I was not designed for endless struggle. I was not meant to live without what I need. Those are the stories of fear, not the laws of God. The law of God is abundance. The law of God is enough and more than enough. The law of God is overflow. I live under this law now, not under the push and pull of human opinion, but under the quiet order of spirit. I choose the higher law. I move by faith. I speak with authority. I keep my tone calm and my words clean. God is my supply, and I let that sentence end the argument inside me. Abundant money reaches me now swiftly and without strain, under grace and in perfect order. I let this line settle like a steady drumbeat. I do not worry about how. I do not worry about when. I know the source. The source is faithful. The source does not run out. The source does not forget. I relax every muscle I can feel. I soften my thoughts. I quiet every doubt. I am safe. I am still. I am supplied. I do not need to push. I do not need to beg. I do not need to hustle to prove my worth. I walk in trust. I walk in flow. I walk in favor. What belongs to me is moving toward me. What carries my name cannot be blocked. What is mine cannot be delayed. What is mine by divine right. I let this be simple. I let this be present. I let this be enough. All channels open now. Doors that matter unlock now. Barriers that do not belong dissolve now. I do not force the path. I allow the path. I let it come. I let it flow. I let it rise at the right pace. I keep my hands open so I can hold it without a grip of fear. I keep my schedule honest so there is room for what arrives. I keep my voice steady so I can say a clean yes or a clean no. God is my supply. I come back to this truth again and again. I let it meet me in the middle of the day when my thoughts wander. I let it steady me at night when the room is quiet. I let it be the first sentence I hear in the morning. I do not treat it as a line to memorize. I treat it as ground to stand on. I stand there until my breathing slows and my mind clears. I let this truth cover me like a warm blanket. I let it wash over me like clear water. I let it calm me like early light. I am held. I am provided for. I am never alone. I am not outside of help. I am not behind or forgotten. I am inside a living order that knows my name and keeps my steps. I call on divine supply, and I do it without drama. I choose one short line and repeat it until it feels normal. Provision is moving toward me now. I let that sentence change my posture. I lift my chest. I drop my shoulders. I unclench my jaw. I make space for good to land. I look for the next small action that matches trust, and I take it. I answer the message. I finish the page. I send the invoice. I bless what I have. I keep my day simple and clean. I claim my inheritance by speaking like an heir, not a beggar. An air does not scan the room for approval before receiving what is already theirs. An air does not hurry out of fear that the door will close. An air arrives in peace and leaves in peace. I choose that posture. I release the noise that says I must fight for what is already written with my name. I choose the tone of someone who knows the paper is signed. I was never meant to live in lack, struggle, or constant worry. These are not my teachers and not my masters. I learn them. I can unlearn them. I replace them with a steady practice. Speak truth, rest in truth, act from truth. I bless the path that brought me here without keeping its fear. I keep only what serves me now: clarity, patience, diligence, and faith. The higher law is my home. I choose it in quiet ways all day long. I choose it when I look at a bill and keep my peace. I choose it when I say no to a door that asks me to abandon myself. I choose it when I say yes to an opening that carries ease, clarity, and right fit. I choose it when I thank the answer while it is still on the way. God is my supply. I breathe with that. I walk with that. I decide with that. I let this one truth shape how I speak, how I wait, and how I receive. I keep my heart soft so I can notice gentle guidance. I keep my words short so they can be strong. I keep my step measured so timing can do its work. I live under grace, and in that grace I find that what is mine finds me in perfect order at the perfect time. All that I need, all that I look for, and all that I truly desire comes to me now. I open to receive it with a quiet heart. I keep my mind simple and my breath steady. I praise the good I cannot see yet. I honor the steps I can take today. I let my words line up with what is true so my life can follow. I thank the unseen. I thank the process. I thank what is already mine in spirit, though my eyes have not seen it yet. My words are not empty sounds. They are seeds. I plant them with love. I plant them with calm strength. I plant them with full faith. I do not wait to feel ready to speak them. I speak them and let my feelings grow into them. I do not try to force outcomes into place. I agree with what is already true in a higher way and let that truth take form. I remove the limits I placed in my own mind. I refuse the old belief that good must arrive through strain, fear, or endless proving. I do not make effort my master. I do not make anxiety my plan. I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of ease. I am worthy of peace. Worthiness is not a prize I earn. It is the ground I stand on because I come from a source that is full. I release stories of struggle. I lay down the belief that more delay is required. I stop telling myself that I must suffer to deserve my good. I end the habit of waiting to be chosen when I am already chosen. I now declare with a clear voice that the money I need is here. The money I want is here. The money that belongs to me is here. It comes to me now in ways I did not expect. It reaches me through channels I cannot yet see. It follows divine direction that is wiser than mine. I give thanks in advance. I let gratitude be the key that opens the door. I thank the answer while it is still on the way. I thank the increase while it is still a seed. I thank the path while I am taking the first steps. My heart is open. My life is ready. My spirit is steady. I keep my posture soft and my will strong. I stay available to receive. God is my supply. I shall not want. God is my supply. I do not fear. God is my supply. I am at peace. In the unseen, I am already rich. In truth, I am already abundant. In practice, I am already walking in my good. I let this awareness be the tone under my day. I let it shape my decisions, my words, and my rest. I receive now from the source that never runs out. I receive freely and fully. As I stay still in this truth, I notice the gentle movement of provision around me. I do not reach with a tight grip. I do not tense my way forward. I do not try to make anything happen by force. What is my name is drawn to me. What belongs to me finds me. What is prepared for me appears before me without strain by spiritual alignment. I am magnetic, and my magnetism is strengthened by the words I speak and the faith I hold. I speak what is true, and truth answers. I expect good, and good shows up. I stop auditioning for what is already mine. I stop arguing with the form in which help arrives. I look for peace, clarity, and right fit. When those are present, I say yes. When they are absent, I wait and trust and let the better answer come. I stand in the knowing that I attract every kind of divine wealth I am ready to hold. Money I desire, opportunities I long for, blessings I pray for in silence. All of these are already moving toward me. I let go of the rush that used to blur my vision. I let go of the pressure that used to harden my voice. I let go of the doubt that used to tighten my chest. I keep my breathing slow and my words short. I choose one true line and I repeat it until my whole being agrees. I am provided for now. I bless what I have and more grows. I bless what is coming and it arrives clean. I bless the channels through which good will flow and they open at the right time. I bless my hands and the work they do. I bless my accounts and the numbers they carry. I bless my home and those who enter it. I bless my path and the turns I will take. Blessing is not decoration. Blessing is alignment. What I bless increases. I no longer confuse waiting with wasting. I no longer call a quiet season a denial. I let timing ripen what is mine. I let order arrange what I cannot see. I stay faithful to the next small action I can take with peace. I answer the message. I finish the task. I make space on my calendar. I keep room in my heart. I prepare a place for my good to land. All that I need comes to me now. All that I desire comes to me now. All that I asked for is already complete in spirit and is appearing in the best way. I remain open. I remain calm. I remain grateful. I do not chase. I welcome. I do not worry. I trust. I do not push. I allow. I let my life become the proof of what I speak. I do not chase wealth. I do not run after money, clients, contracts, or coins. I stand in light. I stand in love. I stand in law. I let the law do the lifting. I let the law bring it to me. People are not my source. Good comes through them. A job is not my source. Supply moves through it. The source is always God. When I line up with my source, what is mine cannot be denied. My magnetism is not in strain. It is in my energy, my words, and my inner knowing. I now affirm, I am a magnet for divine riches. Riches come in many forms, and I accept them all. I accept wealth in money. I accept wealth in ideas. I accept wealth in wisdom. I accept wealth in opportunities. I accept wealth in timing that is right and kind. I stop limiting how good can arrive. I stop telling life which box to use. I stop trying to control the channels. I stay still inside and I allow. I allow the floodgates to open. I allow the unexpected to appear. I allow the blessings to surprise me. Large sums of money come to me now, and I accept them with joy, with grace, with peace. There is no guilt in receiving. There is no fear in abundance. There is no shame in overflow. I was made to receive. I was made to expand. I was made to reflect divine fullness. I do not apologize for wealth. I shine it. I let it be a light that blesses me and those I touch. I draw what matches who I am becoming. I draw clients who are kind. I draw money that is clean. I draw partnerships that are peaceful. I draw offers that are honest. I draw ideas that multiply. I do not need to twist myself to fit what is wrong for me. I let the right fit find me. I keep my yes clean and my no gentle. I let peace be the test. The better I feel, the more I attract. The more I trust, the faster it flows. The more I bless, the more I receive. Praise increases my pull. Gratitude widens my channel. Faith deepens my reach. I do not wait to feel perfect to receive. I do not put my good on hold until I perform. I return to truth. I rest in faith. I speak the word and expect results. The word I speak today is simple. I am a magnet for money. I am a magnet for miracles. I am a magnet for increase. I do not say this to impress myself. I say it to remember. The law of attraction is not outside of me. It is the law of my own being. My words are commands. My thoughts are containers. My emotions are signals. I now speak wealth, think wealth, and feel the calm tone of wealth. I keep my lines short so they can be strong. I repeat them so they can be stable. I do not try to argue myself into belief. I return to remembering. I remember who I am. I remember whose I am. I remember I am backed by the power that shapes galaxies. I remember money is not bigger than God. I remember wealth is not far away from me. It is already within me, ready to show through clean channels. I let this remembering quiet my nerves and slow my breath. I let it set my posture and my pace. I welcome increase in all the ways it wants to come. Clear ideas that save time, right words that open doors, wise friends who make the road gentle, sudden solutions that remove old blocks, peaceful chances that arrive at the right hour. I keep my eyes open for these forms. I thank them when they arrive. I use them well so more can follow. I do not call any of them small. I call them signs of a steady river. I practice receiving like a craft. I make room in my life for good to land. I clear a space on my desk. I set a time in my day. I answer with a yes that is not rushed. I keep my boundaries so my energy stays clean. I honor my word so trust can grow around me. I let my calendar and my wallet tell the same story as my mouth. I am ready. I am willing. I am aligned. I allow the pace to be kind. I allow the route to be wise. I allow the shape to be better than I pictured. I stop fighting with the form of the blessing and start agreeing with its substance. If it carries ease, clarity, and right fit, I welcome it. If it carries rush, fog, or pressure, I release it and trust the better match. I do not lose by passing on what is wrong for me. I protect my channel so what is right can reach me. I hold one steady truth under everything I do. God is my supply. From that truth comes my magnetism. From that truth comes my ease. From that truth comes my increase. I do not chase. I attract. I do not plead. I declare. I do not perform. I allow. I keep my heart soft, my words clean, and my step measured. I let the law do the lifting, and I receive every form of divine riches prepared for me, under grace, in perfect order. I bless what I have now, and I draw in more. I bless every coin, every bill, every note that has ever come into my life. I bless the hands it passed through and the good it created on its way to me. I bless the greater that is on the way. Blessing is not a ritual I do to look spiritual. Blessing is how I choose to see. When I bless, I agree with increase. When I bless, I invite more of the same. What I bless grows. What I thank multiplies. I open every part of me to receive. My hands are open. My heart is open. My home is open. My life is open. I stop keeping money at the door with doubt. I stop slowing money with fear. I stop pushing money away with guilt. I welcome supply with love. I welcome increase with joy. I welcome provision with trust. I do not shut the window and then ask where the breeze went. I open the window and let it in. It finds me now. It reaches me now. It flows to me now. I do not ask 1,000 times how it will happen. I affirm one clear thing. It is done in spirit and showing up here. I allow it. I expect it. I receive it. Expectation is not pressure. It is agreement. I look for signs of good and I greet them when they arrive. I treat small beginnings with honor. I call them the first fruit of a larger harvest, not a tease or a trick. I remember who I am. I remember what I carry. I remember what I deserve by divine right. What matches my calling is already moving toward me. It does not pass me by. It does not forget me. It does not punish me with delay. It comes by the best route at the best time for the best result. I stay available to it by keeping my words clean and my body calm. I keep my day simple enough that good can land. I attract it. I draw it. I receive it. I do not throw it back with old talk that says I am not ready or not worthy. I stop rehearsing stories that make me small. I stop using humor that curses my own path. I choose language that fits my future. I choose a tone that fits peace. I choose actions that fit trust. I keep my yes simple. I keep my no gentle. I let my decisions show that I believe in generous, steady supply. I bless my income as it is today and bless its increase. I bless my accounts and the numbers they hold. I bless the ideas that are forming and the doors that are opening. I bless the clients, partners, and helpers tied to my next step. I bless the tools I have now and the better tools on the way. Blessing clears the dust of fear from my view. Blessing keeps my channel clean. Blessing invites right order to do its work. I keep my posture soft so I can notice guidance when it is quiet. I keep my breath slow so I can hear the one line that matters. I keep my schedule honest so there is room for what is mine to arrive. I do not crowd my days with panic tasks and then say I have no space for answers. I make space. I set a chair for my good at the table. I prepare a place for it to sit and stay. When doubt knocks, I do not host it. I answer with a short, true line. My life is open to good. I repeat it until my chest loosens and my shoulders drop. I do not chase peace. I allow it. I do not chase money. I allow it. Allowing is active. It is how I hold myself while the law brings me what fits me. It is how I keep my grip light so I do not bruise what I ask for when it comes. I welcome surprise in clean forms. I let answers show up through people I do not yet know, in ways I did not plan, on days I did not expect. I look for the marks of grace, ease, clarity, and right fit. If those are present, I say yes. If they are missing, I bless the offer and let it pass. Saying no to what is wrong for me is not loss. It is how I keep my door open for what is right. I am a magnet for divine riches. I do not say this to hype myself. I say it to line up my inner world with truth. I am a magnet for divine riches. I let that sentence settle into my body. I let it shape my voice and my choices. I let it carry me through the day like a steady rhythm under every step I take. The law of increase is working for me now. It cannot be turned off. It cannot be interrupted. It cannot be reversed. Everything I give returns multiplied. Every true word I speak comes back magnified. Every good intention brings a harvest. There is no loss in spirit. There is only growth, only multiplication, only increase. I do not shrink in fear. I do not contract in doubt. I do not hold back in panic. I release with love. I give with joy. I plant with expectation. I am always increasing. I am always rising. I am always growing. What I spend returns in better form. What I bless expands as peace, as order, as wealth. I let go of old beliefs that said I would run out. I let go of memories that taught me giving means losing. I erase the program of lack and limitation. I refuse the story that there is not enough. There is more than enough. There is always enough. There will always be enough. I speak the word of increase. I affirm the law of growth. I welcome expansion. I am open to receive. I am open to give. I am open to multiply. I bless what I have now, my home, my income, my accounts, my ideas, my mind, my body, my life. What I bless increases. What I appreciate multiplies. What I thank expands. I walk through my day, blessing every good thing. I bless those who give to me. I bless those I give to. I bless the places where I spend. I bless the clients who pay. I bless the strangers on my path. I live in a state of increase, and everything around me rises to meet it. I do not compare. I do not compete. I do not worry. My increase is personal and precise. It meets me where I am and carries me where I am meant to be. There is no rush. There is no pressure. Increase unfolds in right timing, in right rhythm, in grace. Even when I feel still, I am multiplying. Even when I feel quiet, I am increasing. Even when I do not see change, the roots are strengthening. I plant seeds with every word, every gift, every act of love. I never fear for the harvest. The harvest is guaranteed and greater than the seed. I do not stare at clocks or count the days in fear. I stay with truth. What is mine cannot miss me. No person can block it. No event can stop it. I am aligned with divine law and perfect order. I let go of attachment. If it is mine, it stays. If it is mine, it returns. If it is mine, it grows. I bless what leaves. I bless what returns. I bless what comes. I bless what goes. I do not lose. I align. Money is my servant, not my master. Money serves me. Money flows to me and through me with purpose. It does not define my worth or command my peace. I bless the money I have and it multiplies. I use it with clarity and it returns with increase. I release it with joy and it circles back with grace. I do not panic about money. I do not obsess or hoard. I flow with it. I lead it. I direct it. I speak increase over what I have. I speak order over what I spend. I speak peace over what I manage. I do not avoid my finances. I organize them. I understand them. I tend them with joy. I plan with wisdom. I give with ease. I receive with grace. I stand in more than enough. I do not shake when expenses rise. I do not tremble when balances dip. I remain steady because God is my source. I lack no wisdom, no solution, no support, no provision. I keep my posture calm and my choices clean. I let my calendar, my words, and my habits tell one story. I trust the law and I live in order. I give thanks. I give thanks for increase, for flow, for overflow. Gratitude is my magnet, my channel, my gateway to more. I do not wait to see before I thank. I thank in advance. I thank with stillness. I thank with certainty. I thank the source. I thank the law. I thank the timing. I thank the ideas forming, the money moving, the clients deciding, the doors opening, the answers prepared. My heart is open. My mind is still. My spirit is settled. I dwell in thanksgiving. Money flows in. Money flows out. Money flows back in perfect rhythm, in perfect order. Gratitude is not a reaction. It is a decision. It is a posture. It is a law. I thank the quiet miracles, the quiet work behind the scenes, the quiet paths that clear the way. I release complaint. I release fear. I release the noise of not enough. I breathe in peace and breathe out praise. The overflow is already here. The blessing is already on the way. The supply is already released. Now I stand in the center of what I have spoken, wrapped in peace, held by trust, covered by grace. I have spoken the word, and the word is law. I have declared truth, and truth is moving on my behalf. I release fear and embrace faith. I am already prepared, already worthy, already chosen. I am aligned. I am guided. I am supported. I am provided for. Everything I desire is unfolding. Everything I need is flowing. Everything I dream of is forming. I allow it. I accept it. I welcome it. I receive it under grace in perfect ways.